Would like to invite the crowd to join in for the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Would like to invite Pastor Hill to the podium.
Let us pray. Eternal and everlasting God, we thank you for another graduating class of the LERTA Police Academy. We thank you for these brave men and women who have accepted the call of God to protect and serve. We ask, oh now, God, that you would bless these families, these friends, and these officers. Please keep them in your care. In the name of Jesus the Christ, we pray. Amen.
Roll call. Ansamo.
Here, sir.
Babcock.
Here, sir.
Birchmeyer.
Here, sir.
Booz.
Here, sir.
Brown.
Here, sir.
Butterfield.
Here, sir.
DeMott.
Here, sir.
Edmondson.
Here, sir.
Foreman.
Here, sir.
Graves.
Here, sir.
Hanser.
Here, sir.
Hoffman.
Here, sir.
Jackson.
Here, sir.
Jones.
Here, sir.
Locke.
Here, sir.
Neely.
Here, sir.
Pender.
Here, sir.
Perry.
Here, sir.
Pettingale.
Here, sir.
Reynolds.
Here, sir.
Saucia.
Here, sir.
Sapanic.
Here, sir.
Thomas.
Here, sir.
Wagner.
Here, sir.
Seats.
Sir.
LERTA 20, unbiased service, integrity, respect, sir.
I'd like to introduce Mock Community College President, Dr. Beverly Walker-Graffia.
Well, good morning. Okay, you all have to wake up just a little bit. This is a celebration. This is a graduation. We have not been together since 2019. Good morning. Okay. I have to feel some energy in here because this is such a beautiful day. And before I get started, there are some people that I want to recognize to make sure that that's done. And so I do want to have stand our board chair, Ann Figueroa. Please welcome her. Board member, Anthony Branch. And Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely. We are so glad that you are here to help celebrate our graduates. Yes, somebody got the message. Yes, that's right. I want to be the very first person to say congratulations to the class of 2022. You made it, we all made it through. Wow. So I am just always pleased to participate in the LERTA ceremony because it is a symbol for the combination of all of the hard work that has occurred to train, learn, and develop the requisite skills of policing. So graduates, you all need to be proud because you have completed a rigorous program under the added restrictions of a pandemic. Your commitment and your willingness to achieve and complete are an indication of your personal strength and your fortitude, which are going to be both qualities that are necessary for excellent policing. So while we celebrate you, we also have to celebrate your loved ones that have supported you through this journey. So if I could have all of your loved ones here, we would like you to all stand so we can give you a hand and thank you for the support. Come on, graduates, you got to support them. Thank you so much for what you've done to help them get through. So graduates, you are joining this noble profession of peacekeepers, guardians, and role models. And during your training, you have had many great examples of exemplary policing. Individuals who are excellent at their jobs, care about the community that they serve, and have great ethical standards. They believe in the oath that you will recite at the end of this ceremony. So I encourage you to always follow their examples and remember your training when you're making those tough decisions. Thank you, graduates, also for dedicating yourself to a career in law enforcement that protects and defends this community. To do this work is truly a pledge to yourselves that we are all both grateful and appreciative. You will be called upon to perform deeds that few will ever understand or sometimes appreciate. But always remember your training. You are strong, but you're more than that. You are much strong. And you are prepared. I think y'all need to give them a hand for that, because this is the best program that they could have chosen to be a part of. So, remember, be the person that this community can count on to trust, care, and act. Remember that your MCC family is pulling for you. We're wishing you every success, and we're praying for your safety. Congratulations on making it through the first leg of your policing career. Be proud, because today you are a police officer.
I'd like to invite the Board of Trustee Chair, Ann Figueroa.
Good morning. I don't know if I can follow that. It sounds like you're all awake. As I'd just like to thank all of the graduates for their hard work, and also thank the families, because without you, they wouldn't be sitting here. So it's important to know that you do participate in their success. And I know, because you went through the training, you succeeded, you will be successful. And I want to thank you for moving into the breach, standing up to protect and serve this community during a time when it is well needed. So I just wanted to thank you for your service and your long careers that I know you will have ahead of you. And again, thank the families for supporting them. It does take a village, and we're proud here at Mott Community College to be part of that village. So again, thank you very much.
I'd like to invite Sergeant Danielle Cheney to speak about the LERTA instructors.
Good morning. Good morning. I have to say I have the best job in the world. I was told years ago, if you love what you do for a living, you'll never work a day in your life. I'm roughly 35 years in, and I can't say I've ever worked. You didn't hear that, Dr. Belleville, Chief? No, I'm here to recognize and acknowledge the instructors. To get from January 10th, the first day of the academy, to this day, we needed a team of strong, dedicated individuals, instructors to come in daily, 10-hour days, 5 and sometimes 6 days a week. If I have any instructors, LERTA instructors here, will you please stand? I saw a couple walk in. Okay. If you go to the last page in your brochure, if you go to the last page in your brochure, you see a list of the instructors. These are individuals that have committed their lives to law enforcement, have honed their skills and passion for what they do, to the point that they come back each academy and educate the recruits, take their skills, their knowledge, and share it, pass it on to the next generation of law enforcement officers. And for that, on behalf of the Mott Community College Executive Board, the Mott Community College President, Dr. Walker Graffia, the LERTA staff, which is led by Chief Michael Odette, David Livingston, Lieutenant David Livingston, Kitty Severance. Where are you, Kitty? Kitty is the backbone of the LERTA program. And Mike Paserno, the recruiter. Thank you for your dedication and your commitment to the LERTA program.
I'd like to introduce retired Mott Police Chief Teresa Steffens-Locke as our keynote speaker.
Good morning. Wow, I'm back. Actually, I was the last keynote speaker in 2019 because that was my last day at my community college. Although it was bittersweet, this day is a little different for me. I first want to invite, I didn't say encourage or invite Deputy Chief Ancliffe and certainly Sheriff Swanson to the front. You have a seat here. We would love to have you. We know how busy you are, and if you have to run back out, we still want you to sit. You have recruits in this class. We honor you. We thank you. Thank you for listening, Chief Swanson. Today is a spectacular day, a day of accomplishment, a day for being prideful. I am joyful, a day of honor. I would like to especially thank Lieutenant David Livingston for inviting me to speak. I appreciate you. And once a boss, always a boss, Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia, MC Board Trustees, MCC's Executive Cabinet, the Chief of Police for MCC, Mike Odette, thank you for letting me come back into your house. All my former co-workers and for having me here today. Special welcome to the family and friends of the recruits, and most importantly, the MCC Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy graduates 2022, class 20. Dr. Beverly kind of already gave the keynote, but I'm going to go ahead and Pastor Hill, I got a few words. I am particularly honored today, actually feeling quite joyful this day. This is a day full of pride for me to speak to this group of recruits, mainly because full transparency, everyone, full transparency. One of these recruits is my son and my only child. I promise not to embarrass you. But I must say, I always enjoy talking to anyone considering the profession, and certainly this group of recruits graduating today that are going into law enforcement. Being a former law enforcement professional is one of my most proudest accomplishments. Then came my son. I am very proud of my career at the City of Flint, and I certainly am equally proud of my service at Mott Community College, 37 plus years of service in the law enforcement. Being a public servant chose me. I thought when I initially became a police officer, I just needed a job. However, I quickly learned I was chosen. Recruits, you are entering a professional career of a public servant. From the smallest task to the most serious, it is your responsibility to protect and to serve. These are words that are typically written on the side of a police vehicle or in a mission statement of your departments, or something you might say at a job interview as to why you want to be a police officer. But it is your duty and responsibility to protect and serve. You are your community's public servant. From the weakest to the strongest, the youngest victim to the worst of suspects, you are to protect and serve each one of them. Integrity, respect, dignity, thoughtfulness, and yes, kindness. I'm gonna have to tell you a really, really quick story about kindness. About in 1995, I had just graduated from the FBI National Academy, and I thought I was kind of all of that, and came home, and I had a murder trial that I had to go to. And everybody in here probably heard a commercial about that shark, Frank Manley. And a lot of my coworkers and my lieutenant says, watch Frank, you know he's gonna come after you. No. Frank and I are good friends, very good friends. He would never do that. So I was on the stand, and we were on a trial for murder, and Frank was coming after me and telling me that I learned all those tricks at the FBI, and I tricked this person into giving this confession, and I was like, no, sir, I did not. No, sir, I did not. He even went to say that I might have charmed him. Then I got mad. The judge at the time, and some of you will remember, Judge Freeman, and he sat there, and I kept saying, no, sir, I did not. Although I wanted to roll in the hallway with Frank, I kept saying, no, sir, I did not. All of a sudden, the 6'4", over 300-pound suspect, dressed in a very nice suit, but with handcuffs, they're not supposed to stand up, stood up. He said, leave her alone, Mr. Manley. She was kind to me. She was good to me. So after the jury chuckled and I tried to hold it, and the judge said, Mr. Manley, are you finished? Mr. Manley looked at the suspect and looked at me. He says, she's getting ready to send you away for a lifetime, and she's kind to you. And he said, yes, Judge, I am. It's never wrong. Many times, I'm not going to tell you I was always kind, but it's okay to be kind because you're there to protect and serve even the worst of our community. It is your duty to serve, to be passionate about providing the very best, no matter how you're feeling that day, or about the individuals. Recruits, the choice you made to follow this path was a brave choice. There will be unexpected turns and curves, but don't doubt that what you do is meaningful. The sad reality for law enforcement officers, their agencies, and their communities, particularly today, is there are some bad officers who disrespect the privilege, the privilege of being in this profession. I would tell you that most officers are exceptional, not because they weekly catch a robber or a murder suspect, but because they have solid training and are passionate about serving and protecting their community daily. Those officers are further identified with character traits such as professional, bravery, strong ethics, and a deep respect and knowledge of the laws. You guys remember all those legal classes you took, right? Knowledge. Recruits, I believe, these 4 qualities, and I'm going to be brief because I know they were hammered into you, that will lift you from being an average officer or to a great officer. And I know, again, this has been repeated to you more than once. Communication. Yes, you must be proficient in your writing skills. This is not only very important in the many reports you write for your chiefs, but for court cases, you must be exact to prevent testimonies and important descriptions from being thrown out. Be excellent leaders. Be patient. Have fortitude to listen to what each person has to say. Make them feel that what they are saying is not only important, but you care. Empathy and compassion. The ability to show compassion and empathy towards people can come in handy for you. Officers willing to show that they care about building a rapport with citizens inspire more confidence in law enforcement agencies and encourage the public to cooperate. Integrity, integrity, integrity. Integrity and transparency. Integrity is one of the fundamental characteristic traits of an officer. I believe it to be the most important. It encourages public trust and boosts the confidence of the general public in their officers and their agencies. I know on the walls of your classroom, it said, if you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. Willing to learn and grow. Recruits a recruit that knows it all, has a knows-it-all attitude can be detrimental for a police officer in terms of their careers and their ability to build relationships with your fellow officers, your command staff, and your community. A good police officer must be naturally curious and willing to expand their knowledge and abilities. Keep an open mind and have an eager attitude. Recruits, what you have trained to do is meaningful. You are deserving. You are accomplished. Expectations for police officers are quite high, and they should be. Embrace it. Only those fully committed to learning and upgrading their skill set can avoid disappointing their departments, the citizens they serve, and themselves. A lot to take in. You got this, recruits. Key to continued success is to keep training. Keep training. I know you've been well trained. And see the folks that MCC has assigned, and I know who trained you and who was responsible for making sure you were well trained. They believe in what they are doing. They believe it is their absolute duty to make sure you get what you needed to be successful. You just might get the tendency to say, I didn't learn that. Nobody told us that. I don't know. Find out the answer. Don't blame anyone. Do like my son tells me all the time, Google it. Look it up on YouTube. I'm trying to get some information. He's constantly telling me, Google it, Mom, Google it. Ask the FTO field training officer. It's his job. Don't feel like I couldn't ask that question. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Request additional training. Now, very important, and Dr. Brody addressed this, and so did the board chair. But if your leadership will allow you, and you know they're well trained, you know those hands have not left those thighs. You see that? They're well trained. And I don't even think they might do this, but I'm going to try. Could the recruits please stand and give a standing ovation to those that encouraged them, supported them, prayed with and for you, your cheerleaders, those that believe and still believe in you? No? Well, thank you. If you guys wink at or something, say it's okay. That typically doesn't happen. Thank you, recruits. Recruits always be conscious of what they gave up. What they gave up while you train. Most importantly, how much they will continue to be thinking and praying for you. Congratulations on completing your training program. You overcame each challenge, demand, and trial. Take some time to be prideful and joyful and feel accomplished at what you completed. On your future in being a profession, in the profession of a law enforcement officer. Thank you very much.
Every academy class elects someone to speak on their behalf at the graduation. It's quite an honor. This session's spokesperson is Christopher Pender.
Well, that's hard to follow. They took half of my speech away from me, but that was great. See it up here, Sergeant Cheney? Oh, sorry about that. Let me find it here in just a second. Oh, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Had to make sure it's still morning here. I'm not quite following the time, but first of all, I would like to thank the Lord, because without Him, none of this would be possible. Secondly, I would like to thank all of the veterans in the room. I'm sure there's quite a few, some of which are my classmates. You guys served us, with pride, and it's with honor that my classmates and myself serve you and the civilians of our town with honor. Thanks to my fellow recruits for electing me to represent the LERTA Class 2022. This is a special group right here. It really is. It means a lot to me. It's an honor and it's a privilege. As a class, we'd like to thank our family. Just like you guys have said, this is much of a task for you guys as it was for us. Last-minute schedule changes, late nights. We've got kids. I see my kids up from the front row. Ooh, makes it a little tough. But it was a glimpse of what's to come. Crime never stops. You're always working. I think this is going to be a good group for you guys out there in the law enforcement world. This is really top-notch group. We would also like to thank Academy Director, Lieutenant Livingston, Academy Training Sergeant Cheney, Training Director, Academy Physical Trainers Officer Serdue, and Deputy Paramedic Lewis, Academy Recruiter Dr. Paserno. Thank you, sir. And then Administrative Assistant Ms. Severance. All the training, we got a couple of trainers and role players that made it out. Really appreciate it. There's no way that this could be half the Academy without you guys. So we really appreciate that. Another class would like to say thank you to you guys as well. There's too many to name. There was just an abundant amount. It was overwhelming support. We have 24 students here, and I think our last training day we had 20-some instructors show up just for training scenarios. It was an overwhelming support, and we appreciate it. LERTA's motto, as you may have heard already, is if you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. Lieutenant Livingston, Sergeant Cheney, you guys are living proof of that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys live that every single day, and we got to witness that firsthand. So as we leave, that's something we're going to be able to take with us. That's more than just the legal, the law, and everything we've learned in the books. You guys are a shining representation of what it means to be a law enforcement, and we thank you. Well, guys, it's been one heck of an experience, We made it, and we made it from being extremely offbeat and jumping jacks in week 1. In the very beginning, we had physical fitness. It was there that we found out we all had something in common. None of us know how to do push-ups. We found out we're actually capable of doing a few hundred jumping jacks within an hour. Everyone hates burpees, and Thomas can run like a gazelle. She's one of the shortest ones in the class, but she'll lap you in a second. We sat through grueling hours of law, important but painful at times. We found out first aid can only be taught on Saturdays. We had a surprise Taser day. Thank you for Sergeant Cheney, Lieutenant Livingston. We discovered that males are the ones that normally make the high-pitched screams. 5 seconds seems like forever. Jones, she can take a Taser like a champ. We had an OC spray day. We learned never trust the wind. It's always a good idea to have an extra hose and some milk on hand. Most importantly, don't stand straight up when you're taking a shower. In emergency vehicle operations, we witnessed Booz and Pettingill taking out as many cones as possible and found out how quickly road conditions can change in Michigan. And finally, firearms training. We got to experience the true Michigan weather and the brutal kick of a shotgun. Despite all this, I'm convinced that we can still outshoot Sergeant Cheney. Guys, I kind of left this spot open because I wanted to be from my heart. You guys are a special group. I got to come to know you guys over the past 16 weeks. I can look every one of you in the eyes and know that you guys got what it takes to be a good person and a law enforcement officer and change the world. You guys, if I leave you with anything, it's stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody change you, and you guys are going to be fine. Although our time together is coming to an end, we are part of the thin blue line. I want you all to know if you need me, you know where I'm at. I'm here in the city of Flint. I'll be ready for you guys whenever you need it. On top of that, I would like to thank the city of Flint for giving me this opportunity to prove myself. I won't let you down. That's all I have to say. I thank you guys. I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lieutenant Dave Livingston. I'm the training director at the Mott Community College Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy. I want to thank you personally for being here today. We're about to hand out awards and present certificates to the recruits. So this is the moment they've been waiting for, I'm sure. Before I do that, I just want to quickly recognize and thank all those associated with the Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy for making this another successful academy session, particularly Sergeant Danielle Cheney, Dr. Michael Percerno, Kitty Severance, my boss, Chief Odette, and his administrative assistant, Beverly Lloyd. They've all been had an essential part in making sure that everything flowed smoothly, from the budgeting to the purchase of equipment, and making sure that we had everything we needed to present a good academy session. So thank you very much. What I'd like to do before I present the have the recruit stand, if the dignitaries could line up here. Now, even with mask and COVID restriction, things like that, it'll be up to the individual if they wanted to shake hands or just say congratulations. So I'll leave that up to you. But if you wanted to just form a line here, a reception line, please, while we begin this.
Stand.
Right face.
Right face.
For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Samantha Edmondson. Recruit Melinda Saucier. Recruit Kyle Hoffman. For the Office of the for the Flint Police Department, Officer Shiriana Jones. Recruit Miguel Anselmo. Recruit Ashley Babcock. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Stephanie Butterfield. Recruit Tristan Thomas. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Nathan Jackson. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Nicholas Sapanik. Recruit Michael Foreman. For the Bishop International Airport, Department of Public Safety, Officer Edward Reynolds. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Deshaun Perry. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Anthony Pettengill. For the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, Officer Joseph Neely. Recruit Nathaniel Hanser. For the Office of the Sheriff, Alcona County, Deputy Kyle Birchmeyer. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Corey Graves. For the City of Flint Police Department, Officer Christopher Pender. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Jeffrey Wagner. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Nathan Brown. For the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County, Deputy Harrison Booz. For the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, Officer Alvern Locke, Jr. For the Office of the Sheriff, Montmorency County, Deputy Jacob DeMott. And as they're walking back and getting their seats, I also want to thank the families, friends, all those who supported these recruits through it was a grueling 16-week session. It's not 8-hour days. It's not like going to work 9 to 5. It's typically 9, 10, sometimes 11-hour days. And without your support and seeing them through that, it would have been very difficult for them. So I want to applaud you. At this time, I'm going to ask Sergeant Cheney to come up here and present the Marksmanship Award, followed by, we've got a few other awards we want to present as well, but we're going to start out with the Marksmanship Award.
The Marksmanship Award goes to the most outstanding officer at the range who shot consistently throughout the 5 days we were there. It's an honor for me to present this award. At the same time, I have to eat a lot of crow because there was a lot of back and forth, and this officer stepped up to the plate and consistently shot really, really well. And the Marksmanship Award goes to Deputy Anthony Pittengill.
Our next award is a academic award we give to the recruit that got the highest academic grade point average through a series of 12 exams throughout the academy. And this class is probably one of the highest averaging classes that, as far as Scholastic average goes, that I've had. Really smart class, really good people when it comes to helping each other out, studying for the exams, things like that. So it was really nice to see. I'm going to recognize, I'd like to recognize the first runner-up with a Scholastic average of 96.25%, and that's Deputy Nathan Jackson of the Office of the Sheriff, Genesee County. I'm going to call upon Sharon Yules to present the Donald Yules Scholastic Excellence Award to the next recruit.
Good morning, everyone. My late husband, Don Yules, was a deputy with the Genesee County Sheriff's Department for 24 years. During his career, he received many honors, but his proudest achievement was serving as the chief advisor for the Sheriff Department's Explorers Post. For 10 years, Don mentored and trained more than 400 high school students who wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement. Don valued education and appreciated his law enforcement career, which is why, before passing away in 2012, we established an endowment fund for the Police Academy. The fund allows us to give a monetary award to the recruit who earned the highest scholastic achievement during the academy. With a scholastic average of 96.63%, it gives me great pleasure to recognize and congratulate Nathan Brown as the Academy's recipient. Thank you. Congratulations, Nathan, and the entire class.
Thank you, Sharon. The next award will be presented by Captain Golden from the Flint Police Department. And I'll have her explain what the award is. It's a special award we're really proud to have presented to this class.
Thank you. Good morning. I am a captain at the Flint Police Department, but I'm also on the executive committee of the Police Officer Labor Council. I am filling a position that was previously held by Captain Colin Burney of the Flint Police Department. This award was previously called the Law Enforcement Educational Program Award, and the POLC has decided, due to the tragic death of Captain Burney, to rename this award the Captain Burney Scholarship Award. This award goes to the highest academic score of pre-service recruits, although I believe I saw the person that is receiving this with a uniform on, so must have been hired since starting the academy as pre-service. The award includes this certificate and a check to go towards their cost of the academy for $1,000. With a grade point average of 96%, this award goes to Jeffrey Wagner.
Thank you, Captain Golden. Our final award will be presented by a representative of the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, more commonly referred to as MCOLS. And Mr. Michael Logie is our field representative. He'll be presenting the Outstanding Performance Award.
Thank you, Lieutenant. I am the field representative for MCOLS for this region, and MCOLS is the regulatory agency for law enforcement in the state of Michigan. Want to welcome the recruits to what I believe is the most noble profession in the world, and I can say with confidence that they have received excellent training. And as a matter of fact, part of my responsibilities is to do a report to our commission, and I'm happy to say I've completed the report, and I cannot say enough good things about the training that they have received here during the past 16 weeks. I definitely want to thank Lieutenant Livingston and Sergeant Cheney. I kind of teased them. I thought that they wrote the evaluations themselves because they were rated so high during the course of the academy. But I think it speaks to the integrity that they have and the training that they gave the recruits, that the recruits thought so highly of these two gentlemen. And I can't thank them enough, and Mott is definitely lucky to have them. The Outstanding Performance Award is given to the recruit for their demonstration of the knowledge, skills, and abilities required of an effective police officer during the basic training program. It's not just based on academics, it's based on leadership skills and all the skills a police chief wants in a police recruit coming out of the police academy. And as Chief Locke said, integrity is so important in today's world, and I think this recruit kind of exemplifies that. And I'd like to welcome up here Christopher Pender to receive this award. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce the current Chief of Police at Mock Community College, Department of Public Safety, for closing remarks. Chief Odette.
Good morning. On behalf of our president, Dr. Beverly Walker Garcia, and our board of trustees, I'd once again like to thank you for attending today's ceremony here at my community college. It truly is a great day. Congratulations to the recruits. I know how challenging these past 16 weeks have been for you, and each and every one of you persevered, so congratulations. Also, congratulations to all of you family members and friends that have supported each of these individuals as they pursued their dream of becoming a police officer. I know how challenging these past few months have been for all of you as well, and believe me when I say that they could not stand in front of you today without having the support system that all of you have provided for them. So this celebration is also for you. A few months ago, when you started this journey, I had the opportunity to come in and teach a couple classes for you. And you may recall that one of the first things that I said to you was thank you. And I thanked you for your commitment to this profession. That during a time when police officers are not always viewed in a positive light, you all stepped up and said, here I am. I can do this. Your willingness to answer that call, despite the challenges that our profession is currently facing, speaks volumes of your character, and I am so pleased to welcome you into this noble profession and to stand before you today at graduation and once again say thank you. As you don your uniforms and pin on your badges, never forget the oath that you have sworn to uphold. Never forget the creed that you have recited every day for the past 16 weeks. Always remember that your fundamental duty is to serve all mankind. Service above all else. This is what we are called to do, to respect and defend the constitutional rights of all people, ensuring their liberty, equality, and justice. Be a light in this often dark world. Not only while you're serving in the capacity of a police officer, but also in your personal life as well. Hold yourselves accountable and be an example to others. Never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence your decisions. Always remember the importance of building relationships with your community. Sir Robert Peel, the father of modern policing, even recognized this back in the 1820s, the significance of this relationship between the police and the public in which we serve. He is known for this quote, "The police are the public, and the public are the police." In other words, one cannot be sustained without the other. We are interwoven together. Always remember to recognize the badge that you wear as a symbol of the public's faith and trust in our profession. Never tarnish that badge. Now more than ever, it is critical that we build that trust with the communities that we serve. Now more than ever, we must go above and beyond to demonstrate that we are here to support our communities through protection and enforcement of laws, yes, but also through sacrificial service to all people. You are about to embark on a new journey, a journey that will be filled with unimaginable ups and downs. There will be things that you experience that will make you laugh until it hurts, and other things that will bring you to your knees with grief and sadness. You'll experience crazy situations that you couldn't come up with even if you tried, and witness things that no matter how hard you try, you will never be able to get out of your head. It's a wonderful profession. You should be excited and honored to be a part of it. I'm excited for you, and I'm honored to have you join our ranks. However, along the way, you have to take care of yourself. Find a couple hobbies outside of police work. Get involved with social groups that have nothing to do with law enforcement whatsoever. Stay well-rounded and grounded with strong moral principles. Keep open lines of communication with your support system, whether that's your spouse, a parent, a friend, whoever that may be. You're going to need them, and they're also going to need you. So in closing, I wish you all the best of luck as you head off to your agencies for what I'm sure is going to be a strenuous, structured field training program. Keep in mind that over the past 16 weeks, you've only scratched the surface of your training. As you get teamed up with a field training officer, understand that they have vast amounts of knowledge to share with you. Glean as much as you can from every one of your field training officers. And no matter how long you're in this profession, never stop learning, never stop training, never stop trying to improve, and never quit. May God bless you and your families. Stay safe out there.
Stand. Code of Ethics. Report. Sir.
Sir, as a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or to my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, both in my personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the law and regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, or that is confided to me in my official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime, with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge in my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by the police officers. I will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and their representatives in the pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement. Sir.
Graduates, I challenge each and every one of you to live by the words you just spoke in both your personal and your professional lives. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my privilege to present to you the graduates of the Mott Community College Law Enforcement Regional Training Academy, Class 20. Thank you.